Hey, what is going on today? I don't know. Some people are saying the market's crashing. I told you, not that I don't think it's crashing. I don't think it's going to come down that fast. But it has to correct. For as fast as it goes up, sometimes it's going to come back down just as fast. But I don't know if that's going to happen. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few more wells out there to try to push this market even higher, push through some more resistance levels. But who knows? Who knows? Time will tell. So, one of the things I want to talk to you about is looking for good projects to invest in. Or maybe not so much invest in, but you find a good, strong blockchain, that's where you should be looking at buying and buying in when it's low. So you got to look at some things. You got to look who's behind it, how long have they been around, what are they doing that may be different or that's separating them from everyone else. And honestly, I think the more important thing is a community. So you take Litecoin, for example. Everybody likes Litecoin that didn't get in on Bitcoin. And Charlie Lee created Litecoin to be the silver to Bitcoin being gold, right? There's some things to consider. First of all, Bitcoin, if they have to add any features, they want to make it more fungible, they want to do this, they want to do that with it, they have to go through every single character space that's in that line of code because there's so much riding on it. And that is why things take forever. It is open source community. Yes, I think it's Blockstream that's behind majority of the development on Bitcoin, but still you have people from all over the place working on this code, and they push things through. And then you have to have consensus. You have to get the miners, and you have to get the people running the nodes and the wallets to be updated. I mean, you're talking about a lot of things that need to be updated that aren't run by any real actual organization. It's crazy when you think about it. No one's really getting paid, so to speak. I mean, you take something like Litecoin, and there is someone kind of responsible. I'm not saying Charlie Lee's responsible for everything with Litecoin, but he's kind of like the leader, and I think adoption is easier to come by with something that maybe has someone that's kind of in charge to go to and talk to and understands what everything's about. I mean, he talked to someone in Bitcoin that's a Bitcoin maximalist, and they're going to tell you it's the greatest thing ever. And then you're going to talk to somebody else that does stuff for Bitcoin or can help you get it implemented or help you with adoption, and you say, well, you don't just have to implement Bitcoin. Even Andreas Antonopoulos, who really knows everything about all this stuff from an economic side to the whole blockchain, computer science, coding side, he even feels that we're going to have multiple cryptocurrencies. So don't think that Bitcoin's going to be the only thing around. It's not going to be. You take something like Litecoin, it's almost kind of like a test bed before Bitcoin, before things get added to Bitcoin. Like Segwit was added to Litecoin before Bitcoin, which is pretty cool that they're there to do that. But Litecoin has one awesome community. I mean, some people have stepped up, and they know that if they just keep pushing, that adoption will happen. And the fact that Litecoin can interact with Bitcoin, and we have technology that'll be coming out that'll be more mainstream probably another year or two, is you got the Lightning Network, which makes transactions really fast. So anything that's using Bitcoin's code can hop on and kind of hang out on that Lightning Network. That's why but what's going to work in conjunction with it is atomic swaps. You should look up atomic swap technology. It's basically a smart contract that basically will hold the coins in escrow. Meaning, I'm going to send my friend Mike 20 Litecoin. He's going to send me 1 Bitcoin. but I would have to trust them. That's the part that we don't want in cryptocurrency. The whole awesome thing about blockchain is you don't have to trust it, you verify it. So with atomic swaps and Lightning Network, which I think are two awesome technologies, you can exchange different cryptocurrencies. It's fantastic. So I wouldn't be surprised if people will end up figuring out a way to use atomic swaps. You know, maybe a company has most of their holdings in Bitcoin, but you only have Litecoin, and they go to give you change back. Well, their change goes back to you in Bitcoin, but there's already a swap service there to hand you that equivalent amount back in Litecoin because you like Litecoin, and that's where you have things stored. You know, I don't know. There are some other communities out there I think that are very big and very strong, that have very good development behind them. Cardano. If you're looking for one that you don't hear about all that often, but it's in the top 15 market cap, at least it still should be, it's Cardano. One of the co-founders, or one of the people that worked early on with Ethereum, was Charles Hoskinson. Very awesome dude, and he's looked at some of the shortcomings of Ethereum and looked at some of the things on how Ethereum was developed as far as an open source community and things just kind of being done by a bunch of nerds. Well, Cardano's getting pushed through. It's being vetted by computer scientists as far as what's the best way to do X, Y, and Z to make things scalable. So they'll, do something, and then they'll run it through, the proper channels and have the code, look for security holes before they push anything out. So you should definitely take a look at that. They have some interesting ways of doing things. Cardano, with their next update, will be proof of stake. It'll be out sometime this year. After it's fully vetted. It's running right now on their test net, so that's cool. So what's Cardano want to do? What are they focusing on? Well, I like that Charles Hoskinson is focusing on the unbanked. They're looking to solve problems in places where people aren't banked, but they have access to the internet. So yeah, the financial side of things, it's financial services, is pretty big deal with Cardano. But again, it's another smart contract platform on top of that. So they got a lot going for them. At the price that it's at, even if it pulls back down to 4 or 5 cents, you might want to take a look at scooping some up. Especially with being proof of stake, you hold it and you earn some coins. So thinking about that, about earning coins for holding coins, kind of like a savings account, or you're investing in a stock and it pays dividends. The good investors tell you should hold about 70% of your stock portfolio in dividend-paying stocks. If you do that, then you're going to be accumulating, money, or if they're giving stock dividends or whatever as payouts, you're accumulating more even when the markets are down. So if you think about it like that, proof of stake isn't a bad way to go. You find some good proof of stake coins. So take a look at Cardano. That might be like your homework, I guess. Do your own research. But there's a lot of video out there of Charles Hoskinson. Follow him on Twitter. He has his own YouTube channel. But he has a lot. And I like his approach and his personality to things. He's not a complete arrogant jerk. And he was one of the guys that said that Ethereum, if you don't know, Ethereum was attacked early on. They created the DAO, the DAO, Decentralized Autonomous Organization. Well, there was a security hole in it, and somebody was able to steal a crap ton of Ethereum. So there was a divide. There were those that wanted to go back in time on the blockchain and give everybody back their Ethereum that they had. which is now Ethereum, and then there were those that were on the other side of the fence, so they kept it as Ethereum Classic. And Ethereum Classic is still going. Actually, Charles Hoskinson, his organization, IOHK, actually still develops for Ethereum Classic. So one of the things that stands out to me about Charles Hoskinson is code is law. Like, this is what the code says. This is what it was designed to do. Just because we had a security hole in something, does that make it right to do that? No, that should have been built into the code for something like that, to figure out how to handle a situation like that. So that's why he kind of is hung on to keeping on developing for Ethereum Classic. And I know they basically did a huge rewrite of the code, I don't know, maybe a year ago or so. They completely went through and cleaned up stuff and changed things and updates. It's a lot more clean. And clean code is good code. Anyway, so I hope all of you are doing well. I hope you're having a good day. I'm starting to get over my cold, if you guys care. And again, please share, please like this. Don't forget to subscribe. And hopefully here in about another month or 2 months, maybe 3 months, might not be until August, so we're actually, to me, we got to get above 6K for me to feel comfortable as far as us going back up in this market. So if Bitcoin gets over 6K, we'll be good. Right? Take care. We'll talk to you later. Peace.